Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started with tonight's Team Chat Wednesday. It's about 5 after 8, so I'm going to go ahead so I don't take up anybody else's time. Real quick, like I have been doing the past few weeks, I want to give some quick shout outs to some consultants who have really started out November with a bang. Let me start with Paige. If you guys saw in the groups we're in this week, she has earned level 1 of the fall incentive, which is amazing. Over 15,000 points she has earned. So she is really rocking and rolling. That means Paige is going to get the free Cincy luggage. So super pumped about that. So on to level 2, Paige, and maybe you'll be on your way to Hawaii. Who knows? All right, so let's talk about the people who are active so far. Today is November the 8th. So we're not even halfway through the month, and these people are already active in their business. Paige, Margie, myself, Shirley, Courtney, and Ramona. So congratulations, guys. And I don't want to get off the screen, but there are some of you that are super, super close to being active. So like I said, I'm not going to take up too much time. It's going to be short and sweet tonight. For those of you that are watching the replay, if you'll just put replay that you watched or tell me something that you took from this, that would be so helpful to me. I thought I would go tonight with a customer follow-up. And there's nobody on here for me to ask the question to, but I want to ask it and you guys think about this moving forward. How many times have you ordered something from a direct sales company, whether it be makeup or cleaners or kitchenware, food, anything that's considered like direct sales? And the consultant reached out to you and thanked you or checked on you in a month or 2 months to see how, or a week, or how do you like your product? Have you used it? If you had any problems, how many of you have ever had that? I can tell you, in my experience, I've had one time. One time, a friend of mine had a party. I can't remember what it was. It was like cleaners and cleaning cloths and stuff. Got my products, loved them. And then shortly after that, I had a little thank you note in the mail with her business card. And I can honestly say that is the only time that has ever happened. Now, when I buy something from someone who has like a party or something, do they thank me? Yes, which is, I'm not looking for anything, but I'm just trying to prove a point that it makes you stand out whenever you do follow up with your customers and you do reach out and show that that you're appreciative of not just their order, but their support and that their purchase really meant something to you. That's kind of how I look at it. Like every single purchase, no matter how big, or how small, is doing something positive in my life and my family's life. So I want to make sure all of my customers know that how important it and how special it is to me. So I want you to think about that. How many times have you been reached out to after you make a sale, and then compare that to what you do for your customers? Okay. I've got three little points, I guess, and then I'm going to 2 little points, and then I'm going to kind of talk to you on how I do my follow-up. There are tons of ways to do follow-up, guys. Tons of ways. If you go to YouTube and you search Cincy follow-up systems, you're going to get thousands of examples of consultants who have done it, mastered it, and it works for them. But what works for them may not work for you. So that's kind of what I found in my journey. But the most important thing you can do with follow-up is to start with a person, not the sale. Okay. Don't look at everybody or every person you know as a customer or a purchase or a sale. Get to know them as a person. What are their likes? What are their family like? What are they into? Do they do sports? Do they do dance? Like, get to know them before you even try to sell anything to them, because people will know if you're coming to them as a salesperson or as a genuine wanting to get you to know you type person. So start with the person, not the sale. Build relationships with people. Get to know your customers. Like I said, what do they like? What do they dislike? Be genuine, because people will know, people can see right through you if you're faking it. This light is really bright. People know if you're faking. So be genuine in your relationship. The next thing, and I kind of touched on this a while ago, find a system that works for you. There are tons of systems out there. I've seen people who do binder systems, and let me show you my binder system. Beautiful purple binder with all kinds of page protectors that are in here. Guys, I've tried a binder system probably 3 times, and this binder is empty except for the paper that's in there. It did not work for me. Like theoretically, the binder system is wonderful. And there are some people, some consultants guys who take the binder system and run with it, and they are completely successful. So don't take my experience with the binder and say that it wouldn't work for you, because it might. It didn't for me. It did not make sense for me to, every time somebody placed an order, write it down, what they ordered, check off when I followed up, check off in a month, check off in 3 months. Didn't work. Okay. But the binder system is an option. Planners, I've seen people that write down orders that they get in planners and mark when they need to follow up: a week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months, 6 months. People do a checklist. If you've probably seen like a Google Doc where it's got customer name, order date, what did they order, when did I follow up, check. Did I text them when they ordered? Thank you, yes. Did I follow up to see if they got their order? Yes. Did I send them a thank you note? Yes. And it's just a checklist kind of in a row. I did that for a while, and that one works pretty decently. In my realm, I'm a checklist kind of girl. I write things down, mark them off, and I feel like I've accomplished something. There are some digital options, like boards is a way to follow up with customers, project broadcasts, and I cannot do a training on those because I'm not versed in those. So, but I promise you, if you Google or YouTube Scentsy project broadcast, you're going to find people who have it down to a science. So if it's something that you're interested in, a digital way to follow up, you totally go with that. But the key is, whatever you do, whatever follow-up system, number one, you need a follow-up system. Okay. If you're just flying by the seat of your pants with getting your PWS orders and you don't follow up, or you don't thank your customers, or you don't check back in with them to see how they like their products, do they need more, then you're doing yourself a disservice. I found some statistics that I highlighted. Let me read those to you real quick. For customers who purchase more than once, the most frequent timing of their second purchase is about 7 days after their first purchase. I've heard this on so many trainings, and I finally found it in print. And what I can imagine is they get their order, they absolutely fall in love with it, so they go to a website and place another order. So following up, and so that they don't forget, is key in getting those repeat purchases. This is from Scentsy's website. 48% of consultants never follow up. It's almost half. 48% never follow up. And then 25% never make a second contact whatsoever. 80% of sales happen between the 5th and the 12th contact. So you may contact them once, you may contact them 5 times, and then you may give up. And that's a lot of times what happens. Like we'll contact, hey, how do you like your product? Do you have any problems with it? Yeah, I love it. Or, whatever, haven't opened the box yet. Sometimes that's the case. And then maybe we'll follow up again in another couple of weeks, and then, still a no, I'm good, or whatever. And then we just kind of quit. We give up. Well, we haven't even made it to that statistic number where it says around about the 7th or 8th contact is whenever they'll be like, oh yeah, I do. I'm out of counter clean, or whatever it might be. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get that second order, or, that repeat order. But just don't give up. This was pretty eye-opening to me. It costs 5 times as much to get a new customer than it does to keep one. Okay, so, and I kind of have that philosophy. I mean, I'm always looking for new customers and new contacts and new leads, but I want to make sure that I keep my customers happy that I have now. I want them to come back to me when it's time to reorder, or wherever they see a new wax that they've heard about or something. I want them to come to me. So make sure you keep your customers happy, because it's harder to find new ones. Okay, back to my list. Find a system that works for you. Okay, no matter what it is, make sure it works. Because if you build a pretty purple binder like I did, and then it sits and collects dust because you don't like how it's set up, or it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't serve a purpose. But use it, and use it effectively. Okay. I'm going to kind of go through my plan. It's really simple, guys, because that's me. I'm tried and failed at a lot of things. But I do feel like my customers, I try my best to keep my customers happy. There will be times when, I lose some, and that's just life, but I do what I can. And so this is kind of what I do. All right. So every time I have, and this is talking about like PWS orders. If I have a party, like a big party order, like a bulk order, then I will write individual thank you notes on each of those orders before they're delivered and attach them to the bag. So like, this one here. Okay, this is an order that's going to be delivered, not shipped to them. So put a little handwritten thank you, and there you go. But when I'm talking about following up, it's like PWS, or talking about this little system, PWS orders, whenever they go straight to my website and order. Within 24 to 48 hours, I just make the first contact. Like, hey, thank you so much for your order. Super excited for you to get your products. I appreciate you so much. Super simple, not, some blah, 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 vomit of the mouth about Scentsy. Just a quick thank you, letting them know that I saw that they ordered, and I'm acknowledging it, and that it means a lot to me. So within 24 to 40 hours, either a text, an email, voice message, direct message on Facebook, whatever, however you prefer to communicate, that's what I would do. It's usually, it depends. I mean, if it's somebody that I don't have their phone number, then I'll send them a voice message, or I'll send them a direct message. But just letting them know that you saw their order and that you appreciate it. That's first. Okay. And this next one, like, it's on my checklist, but sometimes it just, with life, let them know their order shipped. And you're thinking, well, okay, Stacy, they get an email that says your order has shipped. Why would I send them a text or a call or a voice message and say, hey, your order shipped? It just kind of creates that excitement and lets them know that no matter how busy you are or what's going on in your life, like, you're still showing them that appreciation and you're still excited about their order. So after I get that email that their order shipped, quickly check the tracking and shoot them a quick text. Hey, super excited, your order has shipped. You should expect to get it by, Tuesday. I can't wait to know what you think. Simple as that. Notice, I'm not asking them for another order. I'm not trying to get them to purchase anything else. I am showing my appreciation for what they've done for me, just ordering. Okay. Now, after it is delivered, this is really important, because you would be surprised how many people, like, when we get a Scentsy box in, we're like, oh, let me open it. I can't wait to get it out and see, what's in this one. But sometimes people are just busy, and they'll get an order and be like, oh yeah, that's my cleaner, I'll open it later. And then a couple of days later, and then a week later. So after it's delivered, or after I know it's delivered, I will give a day or two and check in. Okay. And just be like, hey, I want to know, how do you like your product? Does your warmer turn out? Does it look like you expected? Depending on what they order, of course. Just kind of see how they like their products. Of course, we're hoping that they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I love it. It looks perfect on my mantle, or whatever it is. But that's not always the case. So this is a good time to make that contact and that connection to make sure they don't have any problems. Okay. Because it's our job as the customer service person to make sure they're happy with their product. Like, we can't just say, oh, well, sorry, contact Scentsy. Like, we need to be that middleman as much as we can. So just make sure that they like their products, make sure that they're happy with them. There's no broken bulbs, no, no issues. And if there are issues, then we, in my opinion, kind of need to do as much as we can within our power to make it right. Okay. Let me give you an example. Like if a customer orders a bundle, warmer and wax, and they get, a warmer and 3 wax, and they're like, oh, I love the warmer. It's exactly what I was expecting. But one of the wax, I bought Autumn Road Trip thinking I was going to love it because, everybody hypes it up so much for a fall scent, but I'm not really too fond of it. Then me, as a customer service representative, as a customer service person, I want to keep my customers happy. Like I would just say, hey, well, I've got, such and such in stock. Would you like to switch it out and maybe see if you would like that better? It's not really costing me anything, and it's going to keep them happy. And guys, they're going to come back. Okay. Because if they had a problem, you did everything you could to fix it. I mean, you come out of your own personal stash or whatever. And in the end, you may be out of wax bar, but I mean, to begin with, you may be out of wax bar, but in the end, you've got a customer who's really gained your trust. So they can kind of see, all right, well, maybe she's legit on her customer service and I'm going to come back to her. So do what you can to fix any issues. And then is where, like, I feel like my follow-up kind of not dwindles out, but like I'm so present. I don't know if that's the right word, present on like socials and stuff. And I physically see a lot of my customers. I don't always be like, okay, it's been a month. Are you ready for some new wax? Like I'll just share with my customers, oh my gosh, you got to smell these Scentsy holiday bricks that came out. Like I'm not necessarily reaching out. You haven't ordered in a couple of months. Do you need any wax? Like I'll just be like, oh my gosh, you need to try this. You need to smell this. And usually that's kind of how my follow-up goes. But one thing I do, and this is if you go to YouTube and you find some consultants and you watch, there's like a middle of the road type thing. Some consultants are like, no, they don't need any freebies. A thank you is all they need. And, customers are good to go. And then you have others that was super duper spoil their customers that, financially I couldn't afford to do that for every PWS order that I have. So I kind of found a little middle of the road system that works for me. For all my PWS orders, that I mail out a thank you. And I know postage is an option. I know that it's expensive, but it's a business expense that I plan for. It's not something that you have to do. So just because I'm telling you this is how I do things, you don't have to do that. But at the end of the month, I send out a handwritten thank you to my customers who have ordered through PWS or my Scentsy Club customers, just a handwritten thank you. And guys, it really goes a long way. Even if it's simple, thank you for your order, love, Stacy. Like I used to go big and long detailed, like, thank you so much for your order of counter clean and dish soap from such and such's party. I hope, really hope you, and I mean, I know that they would appreciate that too, but sometimes it's just quick to go. So like this one here, I created these, not me. Someone created these that are way cuter and more creative than me, that say you are citrusly the best customer ever. Thank you so much for choosing me. And I just signed my name, Love Stacy. And guys, I started adding these Sunkissed Citrus circles to my Scentsy Club. And this is what I send them. This is it. And then the thank you note is written here. So I've got boxes and boxes of thank you notes that I bought at Hobby Lobby. And I will use those. A lot of times for like my bag orders, the ones that like those over there, those Christmas trees, they're going to get a handwritten thank you card to go along with it because I'm hand delivering those. But that's what I do. I feel because my send circles, I can get, like I said, I get them in my club, half off, like, no, not half off, but they're 10% off in my Scentsy Club. And then anytime that I have a party and I get rewards, I stock up on scent circles. Like, I mean, I may have $85 in free and $85 is going to Scent Circle sometimes. But that's I like to give that to my customers. But like I said, it's not something that you have to do, but whatever you do choose to do, just please make sure that you're doing it, from a grateful, from a sense of gratitude, truly being thankful for their order and from them supporting you. Be genuine because they can see through fakeness, and stick with it. That's the thing, stick with it. And guys, it might take you a year or two to find what really truly works for you. But when you do, and you stick with it for 2 months, 3 months, you'll find a system and you'll start to get a rhythm, and you'll find that it will start bringing your customers back to you. That's all I have. I hope you guys got something out of this. Follow up is I say follow up, I kind of constitute that as just customer service, because that's what we are. We're customer service people, and we sell products, but service is part of that, and that's just kind of always been my mindset in this. And people spend a lot of money with us to buy our products, and I feel like the least we can do is show them how thankful we are. So if you guys have any questions, or if you want to talk more, maybe one-on-one about follow-up systems, and I can kind of show you some of the files and the things that I use, I'd be more than willing to chat with you and give you some more ideas, or direct you in the right path. But follow up, guys. Love your customers, because without our customers, we would not be where we're at, right? Okay, I'm gonna get off here, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. I didn't bring my calendar. Yes, I did. Next Wednesday for Team Chat Wednesday will be November the 15th. So we'll plan to do one next Wednesday. Bye.